Welcome back to Let's Play .hack GU. We've gotten our avatar. We've finally awoken. But it seems we've run into a couple problems along the way. Let's see just how Haseo takes this one. Well, Syllabus wants to congratulate us for our victory, so wants to wants us to head over to our at-home. So, let's see here, what else do we have? We have some news. And for those of you who asked where that, or wanted to know where that clip came from at the end of the previous video, it was right here. And yes, for those of you curious, that is Bordeaux. Bit more news there for that. Some interesting news, but not anything too terribly meaningful, other than the one, though there is a new online jack. Check the community forum, though. Perhaps there are some important posts in here. This actually details the differences, or details kind of why the Adept Rogue really isn't considered the best of classes. Now, in the comments to a lot of the videos, I've actually seen kind of a debate going back and forth as to whether or not an Adept Rogue is overpowered or underpowered, or however that works, and they actually debate that rather well here. And I think what it comes down to is that an Adept Rogue's main strength comes from its versatility. The difference being, if you want, most of the time when you put together a party, you actually have a specific role in mind that you would like a specific job to that you would like a specific person to perform. So you would look for something like you'd look for something like an Blade Brandier or an Edge Punisher, but you'd probably look for something specific. An Adept Rogue, being more adaptable, isn't going to fill that role as well as that specified job. In fact, they even explain in here that, let's see here. Jack of all trades, master of none. I mentioned that before myself. They talk a little bit about even Haseo in here. Let's see, where is it? Here we are. If we have two players of equal strength, equal equipment, and equal ability, one being a Blade Brandier and the other being an Adept Rogue, using the Blade Brandier's weapon, who will lose? And the Adept Rogue will lose. Given everything else is equal, the Adept Rogue is not as good as the original classes at using any of the specific weapons. Again, the Adept Rogue's strength comes from its adaptability. So that's where an Adept Rogue would make a good leader, so to say. It makes a good player character for you to play as in .hack GU. But as far as picking up and using the Adept Rogue for a specific role, not so much. A bug. Found a weird monster that, no matter how much he hit it, its HP wouldn't go down. No status effects worked, and he couldn't even run away with a smoke screen. He ended up powering off his computer just to be able to get out. Oh dear, what does that remind me of? It looked like a normal Holy Eater, but there were black spots all around the monster. Black spots. An item-infected monster. They talk a little bit about it in here. Get a little bit off track, to be honest. Ask where they saw the monster, but he doesn't remember. Talking a little bit about Crimson VS here, one interesting thing he kind of mentions is if instead of coming back as a card game, it became a one-on-one fighting game. Yes, that makes complete sense and isn't weird at all. Of course, that's what everyone wants. Let's see here, talking about characters that got knocked out in video games. We're talking about Doll Syndrome. Let's see here, Electronic Town. What's this one about? Guess it's an online game or a movie theater. Oh no, I get it. Electronic Town, so it's kind of a town run on these kind of things. So there's like a movie theater in there. Okay. A little more on the rumors board. Talking about Crimson VS now. Saying they may start selling real cards, and if the real cards sell well, they'll boot back up the online game. I kind of like Crimson VS myself. We won't see that until the next game, though.
Yes. Okay. Be right there. I'm sorry to keep you waiting, Sakaki.
Freaking Sakaki.
Guess I'll stop by Kennard's at home.
Well, away we go then. See what syllabus wants of us.
You came! Thank you!
Haseo! Oh, Haseo! You were so cool! You were amazing! Get off me! Hey!
Congratulations!
Congratulations, Haseo! And, I'm really sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
Well, I mean, we didn't do anything.
We just left everything up to you. Sorry about that.
Come on, you guys, cut it out. Get your heads up. I just did what anyone else would have done. I mean, after all, I am Kennard's guildmaster. It's my job.
Really? So you mean that you're not mad at us?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Are you okay with us? Is there anything we can do to help out?
Yeah! Can I help too?
Do what you want.
Well, looks like they actually want to help us out. And in the end, Haseo, he is still a good guy. He does things his own way with his own intentions, but he's still a good guy. And I suppose next dungeon rant I may talk a little bit about why I think Haseo does some of the things he does. I've got my own theories here and there. Got some responses to a couple of our emails. Finally got a response from Syllabus, where we responded to him saying resident of the forest, in which case he responds asking if we're talking about the Forest of Pain, which was the event Haseo went through that completely changed his character model. The Forest of Pain was open just until recently, as he mentions right there. And apparently Adelie was worried because we were arguing with Kuhn after the match. So let's see what we can respond with. We can either... I guess it's kind of an explanation, tell him not to worry. It's a little gruff, but it's a little kind at the same time. Or we can insult Adelie. So I'm gonna go with this one. Gaspard. Doesn't really know much about him, sadly. Thanks us for fighting Bordeaux for him, though. And really, that was... We were given the option to fight or not, and we decided to go ahead and do it anyway to get them to stop harassing them. So we could either pat him on the back or shoot him in the foot. So Pyros wants us to go to the quest shop and do the Defeat Guragon quest. And then Yata has some news for us at
Yata's
Raven's
calling
at Home.
me. Guess
So I guess we're heading off to Raven. Now, fair warning, this is probably going to be a little bit of a heavy on story.
Yata's calling me. Guess I'll go visit Raven's at home.
This update's probably going to be a little heavy on story, but I'm going to try and squeeze a dungeon in and see what I can do. So we're off to Raven. Well, nobody really home, but then the Serpent of Lore is where the stuff happens.
It seems that you have awakened, and you are now able to use your avatar.
Some aren't so happy with that.
Don't worry about Kuhn.
And are you okay with that too, old hag?
I will obey Master Yata.
Well, you sure are dedicated.
You would never understand.
Now, shall we get on about your mission? You are to investigate the area of my designation and to obtain a sample of the first level Ida. Now, do you have any questions?
How do you get it?
By using the avatar's data drain, you can also draw out Ida's data.
Hey, you haven't forgotten what you said when you asked me to join GU, have you?
I have absolutely no qualms about rendering assistance to you in your search for Tri-Edge. Watch.
Well, not bad. Where do you want to go next?
I want to go eat something.
Okay, then maybe we should go back now.
It's a record of an accident. An accident that happened about a month ago in the world.
What? Is he a PK? Hey, this doesn't look good, guys. Let's get out of here. Run!
This is the same thing that happened to Shino.
Due to the shock the victim suffered from the attack, he is in a coma and has yet to recover.
You mean there are others like Shino out there?
We have a name for the players who have fallen into comas. We like to call them the Lost Ones.
The Lost Ones. What is he? An epitaph user?
The only thing we know is he's not a regular player. Upon researching the access record for the area, we have found information that matches the 3 victims, as well as one other unknown player ID, which is suspected to be Tri-Edge. Those records remain on the logs. However, the entry record for the Chaos Gate in the same time period of the attack you just watched shows only 3 players.
In other words, he's getting into areas through means other than a Chaos Gate?
Yes, he sure fits the description of a ghost.
So, how the hell do we track down someone like that?
If we find out anything else, I'll definitely let you know. In exchange,
You want me to investigate Ida, right? Okay, fine. I'll do it.
very good. I will notify you of your area of investigation later. You are dismissed.
So we have our first mission from Yada. We'll be given details on this later, though. Right now, we don't yet know what the mission is. Now, you may be tempted to log out and check your mail right away, but I would suggest not doing it, actually. Because if you recall, Pyros asked us to go on a quest with him. And for whatever reason, he decided he wanted us to bring Gaspard along with us. And really, right now is the only time Pyros and Gaspard are going to be online at the same time for a little while now. So if you don't do this right now, you'll probably have to wait a little while. So there we are, got both of them in. And to be honest, they're probably not all that well up on equipment. Yeah. Give me a minute, I'm gonna go get them some better equipment. Alrighty, I looked around for a little while and I didn't really see anything too spectacular. So I'm just gonna go ahead on it now and not waste any more time. None of the shops around town sell anything our level, so you generally have to look into the guild shops if you actually want anything. For the most part, if you want weapons, go to Kestrel. They'll have a number of weapons. Ooh, 32! Well, gee, I'm not using that anytime soon. You don't often see hand-to-hand weapons. And then Moontree opens up shop over here, and they generally sell armor and the like. Let's see here. Trifle, whatever it is over here. Ooh. That kind of stuff, I'll be dealing with a lot of that off screen. I'm not going to worry about buying that now. But there's some really nice stuff that you can get from Trifle in that regard.